A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant legal development, a Dutch appeals court has overturned a landmark ruling that mandated energy giant Shell to slash its carbon emissions by a staggering 45% by the year 2030, compared to 2019 levels. This ruling, which had been hailed as a monumental victory for environmental activists, particularly the Dutch arm of Friends of the Earth, has now been annulled, casting uncertainty on the future of corporate responsibility in combating climate change. The appeals court's decision arrived just as world leaders convened for the 12-day UN climate conference in Azerbaijan, drawing attention to the ongoing struggle between environmental accountability and corporate interests. The court acknowledged that Shell has a duty of care to limit its emissions, but ultimately stated it was unable to establish a specific reduction target that the company must adhere to. Presiding Judge Carla Justra emphasized the lack of consensus in climate science regarding the exact percentage reduction an individual company like Shell should undertake. This ruling has significant implications for the ongoing discourse surrounding climate change and corporate responsibility. The original ruling from 2021 marked a historic moment, as it was the first time activists had successfully used legal channels to compel a major corporation to take substantial action against climate change. However, the appeals court's decision has thrown a wrench in the gears of this momentum, leaving many activists disheartened. Donald Pauls, director of Friends of the Earth Netherlands, expressed his disappointment, stating, "This hurts." At the same time, we see that this case has ensured that major polluters are not immune and has further stimulated the debate about their responsibility in combating dangerous climate change. While the court did recognize Shell's existing targets for emissions reduction, it ruled that imposing a specific percentage reduction could be ineffective, as it might lead to unintended consequences such as customers switching to more polluting energy sources. Shell's chief executive, Wael Sawan, welcomed the ruling, asserting that it aligns with the company's strategy to transition to a net-zero emissions energy business by 2050. He stated, "Our target to become a net-zero emissions energy business by 2050 remains at the heart of Shell's strategy and is transforming our business." The appeals court's ruling is a stark reminder of the challenges facing environmental activists as they seek to hold corporations accountable for their role in the climate crisis. Shell's previous commitment to reducing its carbon intensity by 45% by 2035 has also been weakened, with the company now targeting a more modest reduction of 15 to 20% by 2030 relative to 2016 levels. In light of this ruling, environmental groups like Greenpeace have expressed their concern, labeling the decision a setback for those grappling with the consequences of climate change. Greenpeace UK campaigner Philip Evans stated, "Around the world, the fossil fuel industry is facing a tidal wave of lawsuits and legal challenges to hold them accountable for their role in the climate crisis. As the legal battle continues, the question remains: how will corporate entities like Shell balance their business interests with the urgent need for climate action?" The Dutch appeals court's ruling may have provided a temporary reprieve for Shell, but it has also ignited a renewed commitment among activists to challenge the fossil fuel industry. Friends of the Earth Netherlands has vowed to continue its fight against major polluters, signaling that this legal battle is far from over. The implications of this ruling will resonate beyond the borders of the Netherlands, as it sets a precedent for how courts interpret corporate responsibility in the context of climate change. As the world grapples with escalating climate-related disasters, the need for decisive action has never been more critical. The outcome of this case serves as a stark reminder of the complexities involved in holding corporations accountable for their environmental impact. While the court's ruling may have temporarily sidelined the demands for aggressive emissions reductions, it has undoubtedly sparked a broader conversation about the responsibilities of corporations in addressing the climate crisis. The fight for a sustainable future continues, and environmental activists remain resolute in their commitment to challenge the status quo and demand accountability from those who contribute to the climate emergency. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.